for a last chance, the heart to relapse. One more life to take me, and I hope that you won't try. 'Cause I don't wanna know if I get out. If you call me in the night, I won't instant goodbye. You won't breathe for me. In another life, I'm feeling colder than your light. But tonight, I feel it's time to override the tale. I gotta pick you up, rewind. Your wicked words that crush my mind.
All right. What is up, everybody? Some banging beats. Sorry for starting a little bit late today. I had some technical difficulties that I thankfully managed to fix up. Let me get a mic check. Am I too loud? Let me know. I think people should start paying attention, actually, more. Markets are actually looking bullish today. I know I've said that a few times, but this time it's different, bro. Let me check really quick before we start how many views we got, how many people are in. I just wanted to start it as soon as possible because I know I'm like, 17 minutes late. Only 45 views. That's it, man. Come on, man. Give me some love, man. Give me a retweet. Give me a like. Give me a follow. Give me everything. Whatever you got, just give it to me. I need to make sure I get more viewers than CryptoBurb. What's he doing right now? Let's see.
And I'm curious how it felt for you, but it did show me again that it still is crypto, and especially in altcoins, it can, it goes
gems.
up, but it goes down twice as fast if something like this happens.
So it looks like he's doing a little
So
podcasting.
that's
Oh,
kinda
I like his
sad.
little,
And
I like his little
then,
setup in the back.
To answer your question on what's different this cycle or this year, in honesty, and this is a very boring answer, I think the institutions are now playing a big role. Where
Yeah, no. So yeah, it looks like he's doing a little podcasting. So we're actually gonna start doing podcasts as well, by the way. I think the first one might be tomorrow, but they're not gonna be live. Maybe we'll start doing some live podcasts and stuff. But first, I gotta get in the mood. I gotta get in the groove. Get back into everything. But let me get that mic check, guys, because I think that it might be a little bit too loud, right? The music. Maybe it's just on my head. Yeah, I think it's probably just on my headphones. But yeah, we're gonna start doing podcasts, multiple different shows, in-person podcasts or show with three people speaking in the office, and then also podcasts and interviews, I guess you can say, discussions with KOLs and builders and stuff like that online. So 2 different shows, 2 different aspects, basically the same shit. People get on, they just start talking shit, right? Another thing that we're gonna do as a change is I'm gonna start joining the voice chat every day while I'm at work, while I'm at the office. So we're gonna have the team join as well. Hopefully that'll help bring some liveliness back into the Wolfpack Discord. I want to recreate something like we did back in 2017, where we just had people in there chatting all the fucking time. I mean, it was a blast. So if we can recreate that, that would be fucking awesome. All right, guys, but let's go ahead and start with the analysis. I am feeling like this is bottom for a dead cat bounce. If you guys don't recall the last episode on Monday, I had Big Mo in here chit-chatting about what we think is going to happen. Big Mo's looking for a dead cat bounce up to essentially this range, around actually I think it was, he thought even lower than 100K. I'm aiming for something around 100K because that's when the moving average will be, or actually, is that the moving average or is the Ichimoku? No, it's the moving average. That's right. But whatever, somewhere up around 100K, looking for resistance or a point, somewhere around there. But it's gonna take some time, right? It's gonna be like some choppiness before it finally pushes upwards. That's what we're thinking, at least, right? Until we see, like, if it sweeps these lows and then continues under and closes a daily or weekly candlestick under the previous lows, then obviously we're going to keep pushing lower, right? But this thing can go all the way back down to the neckline at 74K before it pumps back up. The real big thing and threat is this large potential head and shoulders. If it reaches up towards this right shoulder resistance, that's where I think the dead cat bounce top is going to be. And then it's a matter of, you know, is it actually going to fill out that head and shoulders? And if it does, bear market. If it doesn't, then it could be a bear trap, and this thing could just continue pumping higher. I believe that it is largely dependent on the fundamentals, on the global macroeconomic fundamental catalyst that release, which is basically the FOMC meeting, right? Interest rate cuts, and and the what was it called? The news on whether or not DATs, digital asset treasuries, like a MicroStrategy, is going to be allowed on the indices like the S&P 500. If it's not allowed, then obviously they're going to have to sell a bunch, and they'll be forced to sell a bunch, and that will be really nasty, right? So that could potentially trigger the bear market way lower, right? Way lower levels. We're talking about like maybe, you know, 45K, something like that. And then it may bottom and like come back up, but we don't even know how long it would take to recover, because then we don't have the institutional buy pressure anymore. Because right now, the strategy for all of these institutions, for pretty much everything right now, is to raise as much money as possible to pump into their coin so that it can be large enough to hit the indices. Because once it hits the indices, then anyone that's buying S&P 500, essentially, like all of these retirement funds and like whatever, right? Like all that shit will flood into, or would at least give some share into the cryptocurrency, the DAT, and then that would push it up naturally. If we had that, then we should have the quote-unquote super cycle, because then it would be essentially never-ending money just coming into crypto, and it would fully align with the stock market. So the stock market is in this super cycle phase. So the stock market is in the super cycle phase because of all this money that's always being printed, that's always being injected. You know, like the bull and bear markets usually last. Well, the bull market usually lasts like 8 to 11 years, and then it does like a crash, and then it, you know, recovers and keeps going up higher for another 8 to 11 years. So if we had that sort of situation with the crypto market, then we could see potentially, you know, 8 to 11 year bull markets as well. Anyways, enough spewing of that, all that nonsense. That's the recap of the last episode. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of analysis on the current price action and see if the markets are bullish or bearish. We see over here on the right, we have the spot markets buying pretty nicely, actually pretty aggressively, a lot more than the actual price. And the perps pretty much doing the exact same thing. So both on the micros, at least for this very small push upwards on Bitcoin and Ethereum on this. Actually, I think this is the dead cat bounce that's happening right here, right? Let me pull up BTC really quick. Okay, let me change this song. Get the fuck out of here with this. Music is my therapy. Fuck off. It will be a sell the news event, whatever the outcome. Even when it's at like 45K, sell the news. Yeah, so this is the dead cap. This entire bounce upwards right here is the dead cap bounce. We have spot and perps buying aggressively, but this is only on... Oh, this is on everything. Oh, we have spot and perps buying aggressively, period. So yeah, it looks pretty strong on the micros. I'm talking about like 15-minute and below. Oh, wait. No. That's just this right here, right? Yeah, it's just that right there. What the fuck am I talking about, man? Yeah, it's just tiny. This tiny little piece. So yeah, so let's see how big it looks. This is the 5 second. Shit. Let me open up the 15-minute really quick. I want to see the overall CVD and buy pressure from this dead cat bounce move thing right here. It is not that great. Not that great at all. Yeah, I mean the the Jesus, this fucking dubstep is, or not, drum and bass is grimy, bruh. Shit is dirtier than Pattaya, Jesus. Anyways, the CVD on perps and spot is actually looking pretty bearish. Price, the CVD continues to drive lower while the price is pretty much staying stagnant. So on the micro, I'm talking about like zooming in a 100x. This tiny little portion looks bullish, but when you zoom out to like a more reasonable period, yeah, it's not looking that great. So just, you know, something to keep your eyes on. But one thing that I was looking at before I started the stream to see if it was bullish or not is the DXY. The DXY, in my opinion, looks pretty bearish. We're about to get a confirmation, most likely before the stream even ends. And that is because we have a inverse head and shoulders right here. There's the left shoulder, there's the head, that's the right shoulder, right? The neckline is basically at the neckline right now. Actually, it actually broke right above. So what I'm looking for is a rejection of the neckline. We have some resistance right here. We're on the 30-minute Ichimoku cloud resistance. You look at the 45-minute, we're right at the Ichimoku cloud resistance. The 1 hour, it's got a little bit of space left, but we'll see exactly how that ends up. Let's see. We're at the 2 hour resistance. 3 hour instead of a cloud support. 4 hour is probably the one that looks the most bullish because it's sitting right on top of the cloud. But everything else looks not that great, right? So what I'm thinking is that this is actually going to be a bull trap and the market rejects lower. We're not sure yet. We'll find out very soon. If that does start to come down, then we should have at least, you know, some room to breathe on Bitcoin and on cryptocurrency markets. So what I'm thinking on the larger time frames is got rejected right here, got rejected right here. This is a double top, and I think that this is going to come back down, either hit this right here or go a little bit lower for a Gartley pattern. This is, I think it's called the like the bearish shark. I'm pretty sure it's the shark when both of the A and the C are at the exact same level, basically the double top, right? So one of these two things, either way, it would still be macro bullish, hitting with the end target being somewhere up around 102, 101.8. But right now it's just in a period of consolidation. So if it does create the Gartley pattern, usually this will reverse around here, come and hit the B as the first target, the middle between the A and the C as the second target, and a full reversal would be passing the C. So it could still come all the way down here and still look pretty bullish to reverse higher. Okay, let's zoom, get rid of all of that. Alrighty. Any questions? Adrian Vicento, hey, what's up, brother? Nice of you to hop on in. If you guys are looking for any good artistic animations and this and that, make sure you hit up Adrian Vicento. I don't even know how to say your last name. Vicenzotti. Oh, what the fuck is that? I thought you were Argentinian, bro. You sound Italian as fuck. Anyways, he does really, really good work. I would share what we've been cooking, but unfortunately, I'm still gonna use it, and I don't want to leak it out, right? But yeah, we were cooking something up. We just have to wait for the launch pad. Whoa, for the launch pad to be completed. Yo, what's up with this? Why is my hand? Why is my hand so cut? Nope, that made it worse. I should really be fixing this shit off stream, but whatever. Alright, got a little bit of leeway at least. Shit. Hey. This non-copyright music's pretty good. Anyways. No problem, bro. You do good work, so you deserve a shout out, man. Anyway, so really quick, guys. So the end goal is still up here. If that hits, then the BTC target of the bearish target of this going all the way back down somewhere over here, potentially all the way down to 40s or 50s, which would hurt. So fuck you, this goddamn mic, man. If it went all the way down there, that would be max pain, maximum pain. So just be prepared for that, yeah? Be very prepared for that. Let's see how many people tuning in. 115, Jesus, that's it. Come on, man. Give me a retweet. Give me some love, man. Give me a follow. Give me a like. Give me something. Also, really quick, guys. Quick little shout out. We still have the trading competition on UCC, which is... where the hell is it at? Oh, there you go. Right here. Which is this. It is Orderly's trading competition with a total prize pool of $200,000. So if you guys are looking to make some money, make sure you go trade on what exchange. It is already about 10 days in, 11 days in, 12 days in. It's 12 days in, so you still have plenty of time, to be honest, but you will have some individuals that are ahead of you. This is actually the KOL competition. This one you guys don't have to worry about. This is the one that you guys have to worry about. Oh man, I lost my position to 13. So as you can see, I am still at least in the rewards pool. You need bare minimum of $8,100 in order to reach the top 20, which allows you to earn $2,000 in USDC for 11 to 20, which is a very nice boost, right? It's not that much money, but it's if you're making 8K, an extra 2K will hit you right at 10K. So if you guys are looking to participate, make sure you do that. Especially if you're a whale, by the way. If you're a whale, like look at the top person, WolfI Pro. They have $53,000 in profits, which is only 7.52% ROI. That means that their trade stack is very large, right? So you don't even need to like hit crazy ROIs. If you have a big trade stack, you can just do like one trade and potentially win an extra little bonus in profits. This Kodiak account, only 14.73% and is winning the $2,500, right? So if you're a whale, I think that this probably interests you more than anything else. If you're not a whale, then you got to do some serious degen trading in order to get on the leaderboard. By the way, really quick, anybody out there, well, Discord members mostly, would you guys be interested in a, what do you call it, in a prop trading opportunity for what exchange? If you guys don't know what it means, what that means, basically you use $100 to take out a loan from a prop trading desk, and it allows you to trade with, I don't know, like a $10,000 or $1,000, whatever, $5,000. And if you make profits using their money, they take, a portion of it, and then they give you more so that you can trade with even more. But there's like strict risk management protocols that you have to adhere by, right? Like if you go too much underwater, if they take on too much risk, then they basically just take your $100, right? They liquidate your $100, they close the positions, they take their money back. So if you guys are interested in something like that, that's something that I just discussed with a prop trading team today. So like Breakout, if you guys know Breakout prop desk, something like that, right? But yeah, most likely we'll be getting something like that added on to what exchange in the very near future. All right, y'all motherfuckers is super quiet today. Let me see if PumpFun's saying anything. Most likely not. Nope, just a bot. Nope. Haribo, hi. Will we see a sweep/attack of 80K low in the BTC? Let me see. Thanks for your question, by the way. It fucking sucks to come up here and then nobody says anything, right? 80K? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. We have a head and shoulders forming right here on the micros. So definitely could. Here's another head and shoulders right there. But this steady buying at this neckline level tells me that there's like TWAP buying happening. Right, so there's some sort of whale that just keeps on supporting this price level. Maybe they're closing massive shorts or whatever the case may be. But until this level breaks, maybe like if we come back down towards like 84K, then I could see us just going all the way down to 80K because it basically knocked out all of the support. But yeah, I mean, I personally think that this wants to bounce. I'm not saying that it's going to be the bottom, right? I don't think that. I mean, who knows? Maybe it is. If we get some good news, then maybe we get surprise fundamental news. Maybe it is the bottom. But I mean, it has just been dumping so aggressively since October. Wow, it's only been October, since basically the 1st of October. Well, essentially since the 10th of October, right? Since that crazy crash. It has just basically been non-stop selling. We did have a little bit of a dead cat bounce after it retested the lows. Had a dead cat bounce up towards this previous level. But then after that, it's just been non-stop. Just complete hammered down. And that's not really normal. You know, this is the most aggressive sell-off that we've ever had, if I'm not mistaken. If you look at the weeklies, it's pretty bad. Where it's just red candles non-stop. It's pretty freaking bad. So we need some sort of relief, you know? All right, guys. Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck to talk about. Let's take a look at order. But the markets are depressing, man. Unfortunately, right now the markets are not doing good. 136 people engaging or viewing. So it's very easy for me to see exactly how much people are interested in crypto, honestly, just by the live stream, right? Because when people are interested, it goes up to like 300 something, 400 something, 500. When we had like this crazy dump down at the previous lows where it basically hit bottom, there was like 780 people watching, right? Now it's 135. That means that tells me that people are just like, they don't even want to look at the fucking chart. They don't even want to hear about crypto. I don't know, man. I think you guys gotta hold on. I know it's fucking depressing, but you guys gotta hold on in there. All you need is one good entry at the bottom of a bull market to make it all back plus some. You know, like, okay, even if this is the bear market, don't fucking walk away. Don't quit. That's the worst thing you can do, is to leave during a bear market. The absolutely worst thing you can do. Because then if you leave during the bear market, you're not going to come back until it's already pumping and pretty much halfway through the next bull cycle. Which means you're late. You want to buy the bottom of the bear market. Even if you're losing fucking money all the way down, right? If you're buying spot and you're DCAing or whatever the fuck, right? Like, okay, even on any chart, really, even this on orderly, right? Like, let's say you've been holding on to orderly, and let's say you even bought here and here and here, like I did, right? And like over here as well, and just keep averaging my position up, right? My average entry is probably somewhere around over here, and the price pumped, and then it dumped. And then it came down, and it's still under your fucking your entry. You could just quit and give up because and not pay attention and stop buying. But if this is the fucking bottom, you're missing all the opportunity in the world if this shit pumps back up in a bull market. Now, for alts, it's a lot more risky because, you know, many times they just don't pump back up, right? But I think we can all say that we're bullish on Bitcoin macro, right? Like super long term. So if same shit with Bitcoin, you know, if you were trading it throughout this entire time, if you got in over here, whatever, right? If you got in, motherfucker, this fucking microphone. If you got in like within the bull market, within the bull cycle right here, and you've been buying, and you lost money here, you lost money here, you lost money here, you're just trying to buy the bottom. If this shit fucking dumps all the way down to 40K, 50K, 60K, and you already wrote it off, you're like, you know what, fuck crypto, I quit. Then when it goes back up to 130 or fucking 200 or 250, you're most likely gonna buy back at some point like 100K. That's when you're gonna start hearing about it again. That's when you're gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe it is a bull market. Or especially, usually, when it breaks the previous all-time high. That's when like most people actually start to get in, right? So when it breaks the all-time high, you miss out on buying at 50. And if it goes only to 200K, then you only doubled up. But if you bought at fucking 50, that's a hell of a difference, right? That's actually some nice fucking games. If you buy in at 50 and you sell at 200K, that's a 4x. So like, I don't know. I never really understood the reason why people decide to just ignore the market and leave, because I personally think it's the dumbest fucking thing to do. I lost all my money before and I made all my money back specifically because I stayed in the market. And when the market, when we saw glimpses of like DeFi summer, I was still buying, I was still bullish, I was still like, you know what I mean? I was permabull. And even though I had significantly less money, I made all my losses back. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents on that shit. But alright, guys. I mean, engagement's low. Nobody's talking, and honestly, ain't shit really happening. I guess I got better things to do as well. So I'm gonna cut the episode short. To be honest, I just don't like to fucking talk to nothing and nobody. Make sure you guys hold on. I'm still doing the trading competition. I'm number 13. I'm trying to see if I can get this to go up. I longed ZEC. And order my take profit on ZEC is $1,000, because I think that if this market bounces, then $1,000 is like the psychological target, right? For order, I saw there was a pump going in. I don't know exactly why it would pump so hard. I unfortunately bought the top. But I am still thinking that Binance listing is inevitable. And there's this nice little doop right here that I'm trying to catch, right? Like, we're just super far away from the Ichimoku resistance. So this was non-stop selling. That looks like, you know, some market maker or something was driving the price down. Come on. So what I'm aiming for right now is essentially just a 100%, right? If it lists on Binance and I can catch that, I can snipe that, or on OKX even, right? Then it's most likely going to do more than 100x. Maybe it'll go up to like, you know, 0.3, point whatever. But for me, 100x is more than enough to make back the money that I lost and to push myself up on the leaderboards, right? That would earn me, I think if both of these trades actually hit, this would earn me, this would be 29K. And this would be like, something like, I don't know, like 37K or something like that. So overall, overall the P&L for the entire account, if these trades actually hit, would put me, let's see, oh shit, whoops, my bad guys, doxed you, would put me up at Well, number one. If both of these trades hit, it would put me at number one, assuming that the other people don't make any money. But it'll most likely put me somewhere on like top 10, so I can actually earn more than fucking $2,000. That's the goal. That's the strategy. Hope you guys hold tight. Don't stress yourselves out too much. Get a job. Focus on the job. Sounds good. All right, cool. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. For those of you that did tune in, for those of you that did engage, much appreciate it.